Okay, looks like we're all set. Let's get the show on the road. Let's go. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Pierre, your host. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I know that I did. And today in the building, a lot of artists, everybody's in a great mood, a lot of humor, and nothing better to make you feel good when everybody has that positive vibe. So anyways, now that I'm in a good mood, hopefully I can share it with you. What we're going to do first, though, is like usual, we're going to go over to the computer. We're going to check out what we did Friday, and then we're going to take it from there. So let's do that. So what did we do Friday? Well, we basically worked on these two strips that are on each side of my diptych. We did the yellow first. And then after that, we went in and we filled in between those two yellow lines with some very dark olive green. So that's basically what we did yesterday, or I should say Friday. So what are we going to do today? Well, it's very simple. Today we are going to, first of all, put a little shading, a lighter shading of this dark green. And then I'm going to start doing some little motifs on this yellow. I was thinking of maybe doing some shadow on that and leaving it like that. But instead, I think I'm just going to do like little flowers, little explosions, little whatever it could be called. So that's what we're going to do. So right away, I am going to try to find a little bit lighter green, and we're going to take it from there. So the green wasn't very far, right where I left it. And then, so let's put some in here. And I am not going to need that much, since it's going to be just a light shadowing, and I'm not even sure how to make this lighter. I don't think I should add white to it. I'm going to try maybe on the side, just try a little bit of this white paint right on the side to see what effect that does. And then if it looks good, we'll take it from there. So I'm going to go over to camera number 1, and I'm going to mix that in with you guys. We'll do that together, and then we'll make a decision at that moment. So what do I need? A little brush. No matter what I do, I will need a brush to do the shadowing. Maybe I'll use this one, a little stiffer one. There we go. Let's get that wet. And I'll come over to camera number 1, and we'll check this out together. So there is our green, obviously, and our white. So I'm just going to do the mixing here on the side, and I'm going to bring over the darker green first right here in this corner, and then I'm just going to, I don't think it's going to need very much of this white, so I'm going to just put, as you can see, just a tiny little drop, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with the white paint, if I was going to lose this olive green. So it is a little bit lighter. So the only way I'm going to tell really is if I go here, I'm going to zoom in. And we'll try this together. I'm going to zoom in even more. Hopefully we won't lose the focus. So right about here, I'm going to try what we just, yes, okay. So I can see the difference right away. And to be honest, that's kind of what I was looking for. So I know I painted a little bit higher, but there you can see, right? That looks pretty good. So that's basically what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull the camera back, go back down to my little palette here, and I'm going to try to mix in a little more of the white and this dark olive green here. To kind of find that same hue that we had a few seconds ago. Okay, I'll just keep working this around. Maybe bring in just a little bit more of the white. And even maybe this white right here. There we go. Very good. So I'm going to pull the camera back a little bit. No need to be that close. Then I'm going to just add a little bit of water. There we go. Okay, so let's pull the camera back up. Let's go back to our little strip of dark green here and see where we're at. So let's compare it to what I did earlier. And it seems like we have basically the same tint, right? Maybe just a little. I'm going to just step back for a second. And I was going to say maybe it's slightly too light. But like most of the paint, I know that when it dries, it tends to darken. So I'm not going to get obsessed about it. I think this will do the trick. And I'm going to tackle this upper left-hand corner because this part is going to go fairly quickly compared to what we're going to be doing on the yellow. So I have a tendency to always zoom a little too much so you can see what I'm doing, but then I also have the tendency to be concentrated and to forget to move the camera to follow me. So I have to wake up and get with the program. So there we go. Again, I will move this down a little bit like that. Very good. Let's go back down a little bit more. And we'll find the area that we started off with. I'll just go a little bit right here. And this shadowing permits me to catch up every little screw up that I did before. So, very good. Let's pull this guy down a little more. Even maybe a little more like that. And I'm going to have to get my chair to kind of, there we go. So I didn't staple this canvas to the wall completely, which hopefully is not going to screw up the lens of the camera by going out and in of focus. Unfortunately, I won't be able to tell. And I will bring this baby down some more because I always tend to forget doing that. Unfortunately. There we go. We're just about at the end anyways of this left-hand side, which is no excuse. There we go. So at first I was thinking of chopping off and cutting the what? Maybe 30 inches of the bottom of this canvas, thinking like it would be out of proportion, not looking right. And in fact, I kind of decided to stick with it. As I stepped further back, it didn't look all that bad. So, okay. I'll pull this back, move my chair out of the way, and bring number one over here on the side so I won't be standing in front of it. Bringing that way up there, zooming in as well. There. Something like that. And so let's tackle this. How do you mend a broken heart? How do you stop the sun from shining and make the world go round? I found myself watching this documentary on HBO Now on the Bee Gees, which I've known for many years. Not necessarily my favorite band, but by watching that documentary, I think I saw it on HBO Now, it just brought back all these great songs that, I mean, I myself am a real hardcore Deadhead, you know, I'm a real into the Grateful Dead and have been for so many years. But I did enjoy the songs that you used to hear all the time on the radio, especially during the late 70s when disco was raging. And I like disco. You know, my French side always liked growing up in Paris and my folks listening to Stan Getz and Astrid Gilberto. I always listened to a lot of Brazilian music and danced. I went to clubs when I was 18, 19 years old. And they were Brazilian clubs in Paris, you know, where you dance to bossa nova and samba. And of course, in that whole Brazilian scene, you'd have a lot of gay transvestites, including some of my favorite singers called Les Étoiles, the Stars, which were my favorite musicians who would play in cabarets, these little small cabaret nightclubs. And I was broke. I would just stay in the doorway and they'd leave me. The owners never bothered me, or waiters never asked me to buy drinks or anything. And I would just stay there till like 5, 6 in the morning and listening to this couple of singers that were just outstanding. And then when they finished their set around 3 in the morning, I would go to the club nearby, and then I would dance till like the first metro and I would dance to the samba, bossa nova, all this Brazilian wild, like I say, transvestite scene there. So when disco came around a few years later, uh, it didn't seem that awkward to me to go into bars and to be honest, I was my wife was in South America and I was in Long Island, and it's a long story. But anyways, to make it short, I would go to the disco scene with my buddy Buzz, and we would go to this nightclubs that were gay nightclubs. That's just kind of where I felt the most comfortable. Like that, I wasn't tempted to pick up any chicks or anything like that. So the disco music, disco era of the late 70s, I was, like I said, on Long Island, and so I kind of lived it as well. So to hear these, all this to say that to hear the Bee Gees and brought back a lot of great memories of those days. Whatever. So let me just step back and see a little bit more what I've done so far. Okay. Yes, I think this is going to darken and look great, and then I'll put some motives on that. And then right now I'm going to tackle these yellow bands, which are going to take quite a while. Now that I think about it, I had no idea I was going to do that coming into the studio. I had something a lot quicker in mind, but that's the way it goes. Changed my mind at the last second, which is always a nice surprise. So I'm looking for some beige, some ochre. Ochre jaune. There we go. Yellow ochre. Very good. So we got that. Here's my yellow palette from Friday. And I'm going to use that as well. So I'm going to start off with this. I'll probably have to add some more later, but since it is kind of cold in the studio, I don't want it to, well, I don't know what. It's not going to freeze on me. So anyways, let's just get this to the right consistency. Then I'll get a very thin and small brush. I guess I'm going to switch cameras. We can just do this together. So let's go back to number 1. And I'm going to turn number 1 around because I do have some water down here, which I'm sure I'll need. And let's just work this so it's the right consistency. So, kind of nice to be in the studio. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here the rest of the week. I have too many things to do. People coming over for Christmas Eve, of course, which means I have a lot of grocery, cooking to do, cleaning the house, laundry, get ready for the festivities. So that means I'm not going to be here easily till next week. I was hoping maybe to come here tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Maybe I will. Who knows? So I don't think I'm going to have enough paint here. So I am just going to back off again. I'm going to bring the camera back up. And I'm going to come back over here and just add a little more paint. And for the actual painting, I'll play some music so it will be more pleasant. And let's go back to number 1 again. There you go. Just keep twirling and churning. There we go. Just blend the water with the paint and get that nice creamy texture there. Make it look like pudding. Caramel pudding. And that looks pretty damn good right there. Okay, let me just wipe this off. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. So, let's bring the camera back up here. We're going to start off like I always do on that upper left-hand corner. And I'm going to first of all come back here because I do have to find the right paintbrush. And as I mentioned, it has to be kind of small, which is no problem. I got several here. And I have several new ones that I've been using quite a bit. I have to find those. And I can tell by the amount of paint that's on the wooden handle, which is the ones that I've been using the most. To be honest, I don't really find the one I thought I had, or it's this one here, but it's way too big, I think, for what I want to do. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. Here's one that's hiding. So, let me just wet the end and see what this... yes. Okay. This is the one. Here is the guy that we want. Okay, very good. So, now I have to worry about not putting my hand in the paint that we just did, the green. I think I'll be able to manage. So let me, I'm going to play some music at the same time, okay? I'm going to play music from my friends. Diego is on the violin, Jacek on the guitar, and Lucien on drum. So I'm going to play their music as I go ahead and do this. Okay, this paintbrush is too big, so I'm going to go back to this other one that I had. Okay, I'm not sure if it's because I'm not warmed up, but I'm not doing a very good job. So I decided to add some more paint because something wasn't right. And I just have a feeling is that the paint was too not opaque enough. So I'm gonna just stop the music for a few seconds here because I am having a very hard time today. I don't know what it is. Is it because I'm speeding in my head and things, or is it because my brush is too big? But this is not going well at all. I'm not having fun doing this. So I am going to switch brushes again. And even though all these brushes look like they're the same size, this is slightly smaller, this one, but they are tiny brushes. I mean, 3O, triple O, 4O. I don't even know what all that means. So I'm going to try this thinner brush. And I'm going to take a few deep breaths to kind of get more into a meditative mood here to do a better job. Okay. So, since the whole goal of this channel is to share everything, well, this is just one more thing to share of what goes on in the studio. So, let's go back to our canvas. One more deep breath. And let's go for it. So this made all the difference in the world, changing brushes and going for this really tiny one. Maybe taking a few deep breaths also helped, but I feel now at least I am in total control of what I'm doing. So back to the music and back to work. Bonne fête.
Ouais, oui.
D'accord. À plus tard. Oui, amusez-vous bien. Okay, I guess I'm going to need my chair. There we go. Tu y vas? Bah, je le suis, mais ça... Ah. Génial. Très bien, très bien. Moi, je viens pas. Hein. Je pense pas que je viendrai avant lundi prochain.
Ah, d'accord.
Toute la semaine, là, j'ai des trucs à faire. Bon, faire mon linge, c'est... ouais. J'aimerais que ça soit plus excitant que ça, mais malheureusement, non. Bon, allez, voilà. Bah, écoute, je te souhaite un joyeux Noël, des bonnes fêtes. Je sais pas où tu trouves toutes tes petites photos, là, rigolotes, mais... Ah, d'accord. D'accord. Bah, on continue à les envoyer, en tout cas. D'accord. Bon, bah écoute. Oui, bien sûr. Bye. Ciao. So, where am I here? So I'm just going to take a little break from the music there for a few seconds. Thank you, gentlemen. And I need to make some more paint. And I must admit, I am having a hard time today. When was it? Well, Friday that I was so hungover, and yet I seem to be struggling less Friday hungover than today, where well, again, I'm totally clear-headed. So I don't know. Do not know why, but today is not the smoothest of my painting days. Anyways, the show must go on, and I'm just gonna work up some more paint to get the right texture again. And this time I'm going to make it just a little bit thicker so it stays nice and opaque. And I'm just going to do this very quickly right here. I'm not going to bother going to camera number 1. Also, I got to get to this lower part of the canvas, which is also breaking my back. Not the most comfortable position to paint in, but I don't have that much more to do. So I guess I'm just going to have to struggle and suffer through it. I want to make sure I don't put too much water in this time. Okay, that should do it, I think. Let me just step back for a few seconds. Also give my back a break. At least the shading of the green that we did earlier is coming off beautifully. I enjoy that, and I must say when I step back and look at what I've done, even though it didn't go very easily as I'm actually doing it, it does look okay once it's mostly finished. So I guess I should just bite the bullet and stop bitching and keep working. Anyways, well. Okay. Just get camera number 1 ready here. There we go. And I'll get back to the music of my friends. Whew. You know what? I'm going to also take a sip of water. Chin chin, as they say in France. Mamma mia. All my paintbrushes on the floor. Bam, boom, bada boom. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, let's just switch over to camera number 1 here. And I'll just pick up all the paintbrushes. Jesus. There we go. I can't believe it. And everything just cracks me up, man. Yeah. So where's my pot? It's over there as well. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let me get camera number 1 back here in its place. Okay. And I'll just go over here and get my little pot there. Put the paintbrushes in there. There we go. Sheesh. Is that all of them? Okay, I think so. So where were we? Okay, paintbrush, the paint. I guess we're all set. Let me just step back for a second. Very good. Let me check out the cameras here. Okay. I'll move camera number 1 over just a little bit. Like that. Okay. And I will go back to the dual mode of cameras. And I'll put the music back on. Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Oof. I washed my hair also. It's all damp and wet and cold. Ugh. Okay, let's get back to work. Sorry about all that, folks, but that's what goes on in the studio. So let's get back to the music and to the work.
Imbarazzare, marazzare mia, moreccio grania marare sandre dara, a merezzore brazzo marantari drastandorore, muriccio ranza garamore di assecca.
I am amazed of how uncoordinated I am today. I mean, if I was an airline pilot or a brain surgeon, the guy would be dead and the plane would crash. It is unbelievable. Wow.
Oh, my little baby, I love you so much. You are my darling. Between us there is the sky, but I love your eyes, and I want to drink the beauty of God inside your mouth.
things out of your mouth. That was too crazy.
Go, little screw up there. Comment? Ah oui? Ah ouais? Ben, j'essaie de varier, tu sais, un peu. Ouais, je pense que c'est pas terminé encore. Ouais, ouais. T'es prêt pour les beaux-parents et tout, là? Qu'est-ce que j'aimerais être une petite mouche, putain. Elle est où, votre argenterie? Non, ça va être sympa. J'espère. On va montrer tous ces trophées de chasse. Alors, quand j'ai fait la guerre d'Algérie. Putain. J'en ai fait un lampadaire. Oh putain. Ah, mon oncle, c'était ça. Hein. Ah ouais. Ah ouais. Facho à fond. Hein. Je crois qu'il était le chauffeur à un moment de Gaulle. Et après, il écrivait carrément les speeches de Le Pen, le père. Ah ouais. J'avais dit, il était venu à la maison avec sa femme que je connais depuis que je suis né, bien sûr. Lui, il est parti une heure et demie, il a repris le train, il s'est cassé à Bordeaux. Et il a fait 6 heures de train de Bordeaux, 30 secondes, il s'est recassé. Ah ouais, j'étais bien content. Franchement, parce qu'il avait une énergie, ce mec. Oh là là. Non, c'est pas de la dorée, non. C'est un jaune d'or, ça s'appelle, mais c'est du jaune. Ah, d'accord. J'avais pas compris, excuse-moi. Ouais. Malheureusement. Ouais, malheureusement, je connais personne qui ont des grands apparts. Hein. Ouais. Il m'a appelé, il voulait venir, mais c'est le seul jour où j'étais pas venu. Donc il n'y a pas eu de bol, ouais. Mais il joue pas mal là en ce moment. Je vois qu'il met des trucs sur Facebook où il joue dans la rue avec 2 gars qui jouent à la guitare. C'est super. Ah, c'est eux? Ah, je l'ai pas reconnu. D'accord. En tout cas, la musique qu'ils font est super. Très sympa. C'était où ça? Chez... Ah d'accord. D'accord. Enseignant? Non, c'est quelqu'un qui fait une équipe, moi, sur le côté. Quand je travaille des mains, bon, après, très peu, mais en tout cas, depuis facilement, très longtemps. Ouais. Ben, j'ai des ampoules, tout ça, mais ça ne saigne pas. Voilà, mais ça devient comme ça. Ah oui, comme ça, là? Ouais, ça devient noir. C'est bouge, mais pas longtemps. Oh putain, il y a du boulot, hein, comparé à ce que c'était avant. Putain, avant, on aurait dit les talons de mes pieds. Je le sens quand même. Avec le manteau de la ligne de classe, je donne un bon sens. Ah ouais. Tu vois, on aura tout le sec. Le sec, c'est sec. On a une main molle comme ça, avec un peu de boue, ça sonne, mais pas comme ça de. Mais il y a aussi l'endurance, non, qu'il faut reprendre, non? Parce que de tenir... Cette fois-ci, vous allez vraiment ta conduite. Ah ouais, tu mets... les épaules, c'est pas pour que le faire, il doit assis, hein. Ouais. Le dos, parce que là... Ouais. On va de bon longueur à côté. Ah ouais, merde. Ouais, j'ai vu. Tu vas avoir patience, là? Ah. Ouais, mais tu sais, peut-être avec la chimio, il a perdu du poids, donc peut-être ça va aller. Ouais, ouais. Ouais. Ouais, ouais. C'est sympa. Ouais, ouais. 8 mois maintenant. Ouais. Des thunes, non, peut-être. Ouais. Bah, tu sais aussi, peut-être avec le Covid, elle est obligée d'avoir 2 semaines de quarantaine, des conneries comme ça. Hein. Ah oui, oui, bah. Moi, j'aurais peur de ces molosses, honnêtement. Non, de m'en occuper. Ah, d'accord. Ouais, bah. Bah oui. Bah, les femelles, c'est des Catherine, non? Des Catherine Ringer. Ouais, c'est du. Je fais du dia là. Je fais du gel. Ouais, je suis à l'antenne, hein, s'il te plaît. Mais oui, bien sûr que je savais. J'ai même été les voir. S'il te plaît, déjà, j'ai une réputation là, t'es en train de me niquer la gueule là. Je vais être banni de Facebook là. guy. Let's take this down a little bit. There we go. Anything not to get back up again. Let me pull this back here a little bit. Jesus. There we go. There, I pulled the canvas away from the wall just to finish these last little flowers here.